If you've got an old iPad sitting in a drawer somewhere, one that Apple no longer supports, before you throw it away or let it collect dust, you might want to watch this video, because today we're turning this old unsupported iPad into a fully functional soundboard for your live streams, podcasts, or even YouTube recordings. And the best part, it costs almost nothing. It's simple to set up, and it can work just as well as a dedicated stream deck for playing sound effects, music clips, or audio drops. If you've ever looked into this using a stream deck style setup before, you might already know that most of the official apps, and even many of the alternatives, simply don't work on older iPads anymore. And that's where the problem starts. So, in this video, I'm going to show you why most modern stream deck apps won't run on unsupported iPads, the workaround that usually gets suggested online, and why it rarely works in this instance, the app that does work on older iPads, and how to turn your iPad into a proper multi-board soundboard for streaming or podcasting. Let's get into it. One of the biggest issues with old Apple devices is that once Apple stops unsupporting them with new iOS updates, the App Store slowly stops supporting them too. Your iPad might still work perfectly fine. The screen is good, the speakers are great, the battery still holds charge. But when you go into the App Store and try to download something modern, you'll often get the message, this app requires a newer version of iOS. And unfortunately, that includes a lot of the apps used for streaming setups. For example, many people want to turn their iPad into a Stream Deck controller. But apps like the Elgato Stream Deck controller, streaming control panels, macro trigger apps are usually built for much newer versions of iPad OS, which means they simply don't install. Now, if you search online for solutions to do this, you're almost always going to see the same suggestion. Just download the last compatible version of the app. And technically, yes, that can work. But there's a catch in this instance. If the app was not built before your iOS was unsupported, then there is no previous version of the app to install. And because many of the Stream Deck apps are relatively new, they didn't even exist when these older iPads were still supported. So, in the majority of cases, that workaround simply doesn't work, which leaves a lot of older iPads feeling pretty useless. But actually, they're perfect for something else. Instead of trying to force your iPad to become a Stream Deck controller, you can turn it into something much simpler, a dedicated soundboard. And honestly, for a lot of streamers and podcasters, that's one of the main things they want anyway. Think about it. Soundboards are great things for like intro sounds, applause effects, funny meme clips, dramatic music stings, podcast transitions, victory sounds in gaming streams. Having a physical screen where you can just tap a sound and it plays instantly is incredibly useful during a live broadcast. And that's exactly what we're going to set up. So, the app we're going to use is called Soundboard Studio. Now, the great thing is about this app, it still supports older version of iOS, which means it installs perfectly on a lot of older iPads that can't run modding streaming tools. If you're on an older iOS than this iPad mini first generation, then you may have to use the workaround I discussed above, where you download it on another newer device, and then go into your purchase section and download the app from there. It will then download the most compatible version. Once you install it, what you get is essentially a tile-based soundboard interface. Each tile represents a sound, and when you tap it, the sound plays instantly, just like a professional soundboard. Now, this is where things get really powerful, because you're not limited to built-in sound. You can add your own audio clips. For example, you might want a subscribe notification, a funny soundbite, a meme clip, a drum roll, a cheering crowd, a podcast intro string. You can either record sounds and upload them into the app, or import audio files clipped from elsewhere that you already have. So if you've downloaded sound effects from the internet, or clipped audio from your own content, you can easily add them into the board. Okay, so let me just show you a very quick demonstration then of how we would import the sounds into this soundboard. So, up in this top corner, there is a plus button, and this will give you a whole load of options. So there's select from music, file share, import from Dropbox, and import from other service. So you can use stuff like GarageBand on these to import using this one. So if you wanted to import from music that's already on here, you just select that. How I'm going to show you to do though is import from other services, because the music part and the file sharing and stuff is quite easy. It's the import, because there is a specific way to do it. So let's say that I am in GarageBand and we're going to do a record here. We'll do a drum roll. Stop the recording. And from here, if we go to My Songs, it will save it. And it will show it there as My Song 4. So if I now come back over to the Soundboard and hit Import from Other Service, this screen needs to be up before you can import it. So that's on there. I will come back to here. I will then select this, share in the top corner there. And this will be, there will be a share on most media services. So from here, you would just go open in. So you're opening it in another thing. It will be a song. And you will do it in high quality. You'll then go share. It will export the song. And then up here, you see it says copy to Soundboard. It will then go into Soundboard. Once this is loaded up again, you'll click done. And there it is there. And it is this one here. Obviously, you can name it whatever you want. There you go. And that's done. Once they're imported, they automatically appear as a playable tile. Tap on the tile and the sound plays instantly. Great thing is, you can also stop playing by tapping it again. So if you accidentally hit the tile or only want to play a small portion of that sound, hit it again and it will stop. Another really useful feature is that the app lets you create multiple boards. For example, you might create a board like gaming streams, podcast, YouTube recording, live studio, live show. Each board can contain completely different sounds. So when you switch between them, the recordings are just there for your relevant sounds. You can also rename the boards to anything you want. So you can organize them however fits your setup best. This makes it incredibly flexible for you creating multiple types of content. Now, the next step is getting the sound from the iPad to your computer, so it actually plays on your stream or podcast. There are a couple of ways to do this. The first method is if you're using an audio mixer or audio deck, you can simply run the iPad's audio output directly into one of the mixer channels. This is a clean setup if you already have an audio equipment in your streaming setup. But if you don't have a mixer, there's another simple solution. All you need is a male-to-male auxiliary cable. One end plugs into the headphone jack on the iPad, and the other end plugs into the audio jack on your PC. Once connected, find the input you plugged the iPad into by going onto your sound settings. Sometimes unplugging and unplugging it in again helps you identify what one it is by appearing and disappearing, as it will not show as an iPad in the settings. What this does is route the audio through your computer so it can be picked up by your recording or streaming software. Maybe hit test and make sure the microphone level jumps up while playing sound on your iPad. Now the sound is reaching your computer, the final step is to add your streaming software. Whether you're using OBS, Streamlabs, or other recording software, you just add a new audio input source. Select the device where the iPad is plugged in, and that's it. Now, whenever you tap a sound on the iPad, it will play directly through your Steam or podcast. Instant sound effect, live. What I really like about this setup is that it gives old unsupported tech a real purpose again. Instead of throwing the iPad away, it becomes a dedicated part of your streaming setup. The screen is perfect for tapping sounds, the battery lasts ages, and because it's separate from your computer, it doesn't use any extra PC resources. It's basically a DIY stream soundboard. So, if you've got an old iPad that can't install modern apps anymore, don't write it off just yet. With a simple app like Soundboard Studio, a few sound effects, and maybe a cheap auxiliary cable, you can turn it into a fully functional soundboard for your streaming or podcasts, which honestly is a brilliant way to give old tech a second life, instead of sending it to the e-waste. If you enjoyed this video and like seeing ways to save old tech and keep it useful, make sure to subscribe, because I've got plenty more experiments like this coming. And if you've got an old device you'd like to see revived in future videos, let me know in the comments. If you want to support the channel, then go check out the merchandise in the storefront and consider becoming a member to the channel by hitting that join button below and gain perks along the way, like early access to videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see everyone in the next one.